So normally when I work some background music into Berserk Abridged, it's because it's something that I love, like MC Hawking, that's kind of obscure, and I want to kind of pimp it a little. This is the exception, though. This rap song here. I was honestly just looking for the most generic, bragging rap song I could find, and so this is what I came up with. I'd never heard of it before searching for it here. But this whole previously on Berserk Abridged thing that I use here is once again very practical. I'd kind of glazed over the whole Griffith gets poisoned by a conspiracy thing, so I wanted to make sure that that was reiterated. And that South Park bit there is missing in this version because I don't want this to get taken down again. I strongly suspect that that's why this got taken down. So, because Viacom, the parent company of Comedy Central, is has a bad reputation of being dicks when it comes to people using little clips of their stuff like that. And then there was this bit coming up in which you can hear her internal monologue as the people at the table that she's with hear it. And the idea was that I wanted it to be really, really soft because I wanted to draw a distinction between what we as the audience hear and what the characters there are hearing. I think I went a little too far, though, because unless... And I didn't really necessarily want people to understand what she was saying, because it wasn't important to the joke, but I think I made it too quiet, because unless you actually had your speakers or headphones turned way up, you might just mistake it for total silence, but... Oh, well, hopefully it worked out well enough. I was worried about this scene and the scene after it with Griffith taunting them, because they were kind of slow and kind of talky, and I wasn't sure if I was keeping things moving and snappy enough. But once this got posted and the comments started coming back, my fears were really laid to rest, because people loved Griffith in this scene. I was really worried because I didn't think there were enough, real jokes in there. It was mostly just Griffith being bitchy and just being really, really mean to these guys. But people seem to really like it, so I guess that worked out okay too. I did like that line. That was one that I'd been planning for quite a while. And it's really just a bad pun, but I love it.
I hope that luscious piece of ass you gave birth to isn't too attached to her chair.
And that's another line that people quote back to me a lot. I really wasn't sure whether it was cool to go there, but okay, sure. And the Social D that I talked about a couple of episodes back. Love this cover of this song. I remember I'd never heard it until I was a couple of episodes into making Berserk Abridged, and I was driving along and heard it. It came on the radio, and I said, dude, I've got to find this song. This is going into Berserk. I don't know where or how, but I will get this into there, because that's awesome.
Go and level to your heart's content. Thanks again.
And then the loyal nerds. Another weird kind of out-of-place joke. I wanted these guys to speak lead speak, and I considered just, actually saying things like, LOL, Rafflecopter! But that didn't seem quite right. And then I considered using a voice, text-to-speech program to have a robot voice saying, LOL, Rafflecopter. That didn't quite seem to do it either, so I eventually did recycle that for Gantz. But, my one regret there is that I wish I'd gone out of my way to actually find a dialogue box from something like Diablo 2 or something, because here I'm making all these Diablo/WoW jokes, but the dialogue box is from Final Fantasy, so it kind of doesn't work. Oh well. I couldn't find a way to work it in naturally and make the reference, but I always thought that Frank was the DJ in this scene. He was the one who was fucking around with the music here. And really, I just want an excuse to use Ding Dong the Witch is Dead without it just seemed to be coming totally out of left field, which maybe it still does, but hey, why not?
Next time on Berserk Abridged. Paybacks, a bitch you see.
This episode's sort of, I think, kind of a lost episode almost, because it did get taken down by Viacom. Or I think by Viacom. YouTube never told me specifically. And, normally stuff gets taken down from time to time. Big deal. I re-up it on a backup account, and people notice that they just watched episode 2 and the next one is episode 4, so they'll go looking for the next one. I'm kind of concerned that a lot of people might not have known that this one was even out there, though, because they might have mistaken the whole Hellsing thing for 18, but oh well.